Hello and welcome to VetsDiary friends. I hope that you all are doing great. Recently, I received many queries regarding how to approach the RVC, that is Remount Veterinary Corps, as candidates have received their call letters for SSB and have been allotted the centers. So this video is going to be one-stop destination for all of you regarding how to approach RVC and clear it. In this video, I'll share my personal experience that how I got in my first attempt. So watch the video till end. Regarding what documents you need and what dress code you should follow and other nitty-gritties, I had already made a detailed video. Watch it for complete information. If you want to get more insights regarding RVC, then you can also watch the interview of 2 selected candidates which I have taken. The video is available on my channel. Now starting with day 1. Reach the center or railway station on time. The bus will pick you. After that, documentation process will be done. You will be asked to stand in a queue and all your documents will be thoroughly checked. Then you will go for 2 written tests and PPDT. The first day is the reporting day in which you undergo the screening test. The test is basically to pick up some potential candidates from all those who have reported for the particular entry. So the first test is OIR test, also known as Officer's Intelligence Rating Test. It is verbal and non-verbal test. OIR test is a basic aptitude test, but it is always good to go well prepared. You can check some verbal and non-verbal sample questions from the Google. Practice them. It will give you an edge over other candidates. After this test is the PPDT, the most important test of the first day. If you do good in PPDT, then your selection is guaranteed. It is also known as picture perception and discussion test. You will be shown a picture for 30 seconds. Later you will have 3 minutes to write a story based on the picture shown. After that, you will be divided into subgroups of 14 or 15 members. Firstly, each candidate will narrate his or her story, which is followed by the group discussion on the picture among the group members. Keep in mind, the PPDT is the most important part which helps you to clear screening and takes you to stage 2 testing, as I have already mentioned earlier. So now I will tell you more details about this PPDT exam. See, for PPDT, you need to practice. If you have not taken any coaching classes, then you need to practice it. Practicing PPDT is simple. Just go on Google and search PPDT SSB pictures. You will get a set of pictures and then see those pictures and within a required set time of frame, practice them. Make your own story, then try to recite it for 1 minute and then try to discuss it among your family members or friends as you feel comfortable. Because you need to be very quick in your speaking skills there. And the most important point is that do not change your storyline after listening the other person's or the candidate's story. If you feel that your story is not good enough and you decide that okay, I'll change it at the last moment, then it is the worst thing to do. Do not do it because they have the written copies which you have earlier written. Because in PPDT, first you write a story and then that paper is submitted and then you are asked to narrate the story later on. And in PPDT, the crux of the PPDT is that you have to make a positive story. Yes, positive story is essential because that conveys a message that you have a positive mindset of seeing positive in even a bad situation. The image is not clear, it is somewhat blurred and the image will be basic. It will be very basic and you have to make a story which gives a positive message and along with a message which is good for the society. I would like to tell what I got in PPDT. In my picture perception test, there was a picture of 3 persons sitting on a table. One was seeming like he was the head and the other 2 were juniors. This was the picture shown to me for 30 seconds. And now what story I made? I made a story regarding environment. So my story was somewhat like this. That Ramesh and Sohan, aged 21 and 24, are juniors of Ram, aged 41, working in an NGO dedicated to environmental conservation. They recently got an information of a project which is going to be conceptualized without proper environment impact assessment test in a well-known sanctuary. So they immediately took note of it and prepared all requisite documents and have decided to file a PIL in the court. So at present they are discussing regarding same in this picture. So this was my storyline. Accordingly, you can also make a story for yourself. Try to connect with the current events so that it gives a perception that you are aware about the current events also. So after this, when you have written a good story, and after that you are given time to rest. I think we are given the lunch time then. So during that time, try to memorize your story and practice it in your mind, because as soon as the time to dictate the story for 1 minute comes, then you don't have time to practice it for then. So you had to do it earlier only. So when you get time, free time, just try to remember that, recall that story again and again in your mind, and try to frame it for 1 minute. Because if you will do this, then you will definitely get an edge in that 1 minute when you have to speak about that story. And then as soon as the last candidate narrates his story, do not wait, because immediately the discussion starts. So as soon as the discussion starts, be an active participant. Do not be a passive participant. Remember, you have to speak, you have to tell your points clearly, and do not try to shout and enforce your points on others, because the discussion is not only about how you are doing. It is basically a team test. It is a group discussion, because at the end we know that a person is selected by all the candidates or the selectors themselves to narrate a common story. So you all have to reach to a common point. So to reach a common point, you should be ready to express your opinions along with taking other opinions also. What happened in our discussion test, we were a group of 13 girls, and as a lot of and as everyone was speaking, it was difficult for the interviewers to even comprehend what we were saying. So they divided us into two groups. And then after dividing us into two groups, they asked two groups to separately do group discussion. So in that group discussion, what was my approach? I was trying to present my points. Along with it, I was trying to inculcate others' points also. As I have created a story based on environment, there were others who had created story based on hydropower projects, PM Vishwakarma Yojana, army, etc. So I was trying to incorporate all of them and trying to make a common story. My entire focus was to connect everybody and come on a common story, because this is what is the goal. I would like to add that this is the best approach, as in end, when it was asked to choose the chess number to narrate the story, my name was among them. And there is also a perception that person who narrates story gets selected. I also believe the same. But in my case, as the selectors knew that I was doing well, they did not select me to narrate the story. But instead, they chose another girl to narrate the story. She did it well, but then also she was not selected. Therefore, do not make perception that whoever narrates story will be definitely selected. They might or they might not get selected. The first important thing is that your story needs to be very good. Whatever you write in those 3 minutes must be the best thing you have ever written, I must say. It must be a positive story with a message to the society, and along with following all instructions that they have mentioned. And secondly, when you narrate your story, be confident in whatever you are speaking. Speak in clear and proper English without any grammatical errors. Narrate only that story which you have written. And thirdly, be active in the group discussion. Do not be a passive recipient, and try to bring everyone on a common storyline. So these are the 3 most important points which you must follow for the picture perception discussion test, and which is the most important thing for the day 1, because if you do well in this, then definitely you are going to make it to the stage 2 and for the day 2. So all the best to everyone who are going to prepare for this exam and who are going to appear for this year's RVC. This video was regarding the PPDT. For the other days, I will make a separate video. So don't forget to watch that video too. Till then, have a great day, guys. All the best. Wish you luck. And yes, take this exam as an exam where you are going to learn a lot. You are going to learn the things which you have never seen or experienced till now. So be positive in your approach. Do your best and don't worry about results. Bye bye, guys. All the best to you all.